Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak. Welcome back to Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Last time we did 6-1 and 6-2, and this time we're going to beat the game. Alright, so let's start things off with 6-3. We're in the area where that platform brought us up to. There's a bunch of stars here so that you can perhaps build up a bar, grab an extra life at the beginning of the level. And this is like the King Dedede level, where there's essentially like a spiral staircase that leads up and then a bunch of rooms. But this is pretty much an endless onslaught of enemies, and you can take them and grab any power-up that appears. Every power-up is in this level. It's pretty neat. Once you beat this room, you get a crystal shard. Just know that you're going to need fire arrows for the third room, I believe it is. In here, there's like a little reference to like the little Wispy Woods area. It's really nice. It's all spring-like. It's pretty cute. Stars everywhere. I believe it's the third room. But anyway, once you destroy all the enemies, the Sparkies, the Sawmills, the Crabs, the little spider dudes, this needle dude, this spear throwing guy, that stone axe, whatever, just know that you're going to need fire arrow at some point. You can grab fire arrow in this room. There's a Bobo and a needle enemy, little circle guy with the little needle sticking out. He appears. And then in this room, you're going to shoot an arrow in the sun on the floor to grab the second crystal. I didn't know that. Actually, I thought it was a nice blend in because I didn't realize that's where it was at first. I kind of thought that's where it was because, you know, the colors were red and yellow, red and orange for needle and fire. And I was like, maybe it is there, but I was expecting it to appear on top after killing them. Here's like an evening. So it's like starting to, it's like the last room was like dusk or whatever, and now it's like starting to go into evening. It's like going throughout the days, the day's schedule or whatever, or time. There's a Zeus over there, some missiles. All the enemies appear from the top, so you can just easily wipe them out with the lightsaber. And now it's nighttime. You can see the moon. It's pretty neat. Oh yeah, and we're also like climbing up this tree. It's like a big Christmas tree. Nice little touch to detail. I like this. I like this level a lot. This level is pretty good. It's really simple though. Oh, the Bronto enemies. I think this room spawns only enemies that doesn't. Oh no, never mind. I was wrong. Stand corrected. There are termites. I lied. I was gonna say I think this level, ice and lightning right there. There's fire. Never mind. I lied. I thought this was one of the level. This is one of the rooms that doesn't spawn any enemies with power-ups. But like that, we get the third crystal, and we can easily just whip on through. Now we're at the top. There's a big dark cloud of death upon us on the top of this castle. And yeah, we beat the level. It's a short, sweet level. It doesn't really take too long, especially if you have the lightsaber ability like I did. But real quick, we're going to have to head back into it because we missed one. And then we can go on and face off with one of the bad guys, Miracle Matter. So like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna need Flame Arrow. I came back with Lightning, but you can get Fire in here as well as a needle enemy, a little cacti right there. Just make sure that plug doesn't get in the way. That could be pretty bad. But yep, right there. Oh, overshot it. Oh, hold on. I'm getting my aim down. Hold on. Just real quick. I'm pretty bad at this game. Don't you guys forget that. And like that, we get the last crystal shard of the game. Next up, we're going to be facing off with Miracle Matter. And he is one of the final bosses in this game. If you don't collect all the shards, he's the final boss for you. But if you don't do that, he's the final boss of the game. Now, he's actually really tough, and the only way you can hurt Miracle Matter is if you use his power-ups against you. He's going to go cycle through all 7 power-ups. You have Needle, you had Cutter back there, he has Fire, Bomb, Electricity, whatever. He has all of them. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use his powers against him. I got a bunch of game overs here. I had 7 lives, I died almost an hour's worth of footage of me just constantly dying. This is the attempt in which I beat him. So here's Ice. Ice is actually the easiest power-up to dodge. considering you can actually just use the snow power-up against him to beat him. 3 hits with the power breaks him, and I like the little detail of him changing. Stone to me is the hardest one to dodge. I have no idea how you're supposed to not get hit by him here. He's one of the hardest ones to hit. So, and I think bomb is actually even harder to dodge. So he's gonna send out these 4 little bubbles that go randomly, and then they split up into 8 bubbles, and then they appear, and then you can use those as a weapon against him. I would probably save that for last, and then just use the ability against him, because bomb is actually pretty quick to use. And then again, he throws a bunch of needles at you, and you can pick them up and throw them. Cutter is actually super easy. You stand on one side, grab the cutter, and then throw it at him as he's coming at you. During the boss rush, that's what you're supposed to do for this phase, is grab the cutter power up and then throw the power up at him. But if you gain the ability, you can just use the cutter ability. And fire, I can normally beat in one flow, in one cycle, if he does the right pattern, but he didn't do it at this time, so I actually missed. Spark is kind of hard to dodge, but once you get the pattern down, it's not so bad. What you gotta do is wait for the lasers to shrink down until they become usable for you to attack. I normally only get about 1 shot every time. I think I hit Brock once, so we have to hit him twice more. He's kind of hard, but I think I remember seeing oh no, I hit him twice. Okay, never mind. I think I remember seeing a run where the guy, or the person who playing this game, picked up 2 of the rocks and then threw it at him, and then just waited for the second round, I think. So that's how I guess you're supposed to do it. Cutter was easy, he only had 1 health left. Bomb has 2 hits left, but since I grabbed 2 power-ups, that killed him. Now he does the fire that allows the pattern that I like for fire, where he can die in 1 round, because he spawns 3 vertical pillars, and they're all easy to attack with. So right there, I beat fire. All that's left should be spark, and I think needle actually. Spark and needle are like 2 and 1, right? Spark 2 hits, needle 1 hit. So right here, I got 2 power-ups. Boom, kill spark. Oh wait, did I not kill spark? I guess I only hit spark once. I mean, I guess I didn't hit spark the first time. Oh well, whatever. Not that big a deal. Because needle goes down, and then spark has the 1 hit left. And it's super easy now that he has 1 hit and I have 4. So this fight took me a while to beat. He was actually pretty challenging. But like that, we beat the game. We got the final crystal of the actual game, the final big crystal. We beat Miracle Matter, and we saved Planet Ripple Star. Ooh. And the crystal brings light to the planet, defeats dark matter and miracle matter, and sends them away to explode cosmically. And with that, we fixed Ripple's giant crystal star. But in saving the queen, we released the true evil within. And it's up to Kirby to destroy 0 squared. 02. So Kirby's gonna call up with his little star phone. I think that's the first appearance of Kirby's star phone, if I'm not mistaken. And he gets the giant warp star, and everyone takes it without... Oh, never mind, Kirby made it. Imagine they just all leave Kirby behind. That'd be pretty funny. And it's up to the team to defeat and go into the final level of the game, which is just a simple walk to the right, do some simple platforming level. I don't think there's any power-ups here at all. And your friends will help you out a little bit. You'll see like Waddle Dee give you words of encouragement by being Waddle Dee. He opens up a little pathway that you're supposed to go down. Adeline will give you health. Yep, right here, Maximum Tomato. Thanks, Adeline, you're the best. And you're going to continue on, and then eventually King Dedede will be there for you, and he's going to launch you straight up into the air, and Ribbon and Kirby fuse together to give Kirby the ultimate power to defeat the final boss of the game, 02, or 02. 0 squared. It's spelled 0 squared. I don't know how to... The 0 squared is still 0, so I'm going to call him 0. So it's up to Kirby to defeat 0. And this fight's pretty simple, actually. I was having a hard time dodging the eyes because the eye beams because I wasn't used to the pattern. But as long as you go in a circle, you'll be fine. Kirby has a pretty good aim. He usually shoots near the center of where you need to aim anyway. So what you gotta do is aim for the eye until he can't see anymore, and then you gotta aim for the bandage on his head, his little angel halo. And once that's defeated, to do damage to him, you have to shoot at his little cactus butt. Dodging the little poops that he shoots at you, his little farts. I don't know how else to explain that. And once you defeat the little cactus thing, it blows up, it does damage. I actually managed to destroy one of his wings. I don't know what that does other than allowing me to realize that you can destroy the wing. I don't know if that makes him shoot faster, shoot slower. I don't know if that makes him harder to move. Like he moves around in a small circle. I don't know if that mitigates that. I have no idea. But I just recently found out you can break the wing. Or at least, rather, I accidentally broke his wing. I didn't know that you could do that. But yeah, you gotta keep hitting his little cactus tail. That's his weak spot. And eventually you'll beat him. And actually, he's a lot easier than Miracle Matter. This is the first attempt at fighting Miracle Matter at Zero. And it went pretty well, I'd say. I mean, I beat him in about 3 rounds. I wonder if you can beat him in less. That'd be cool. But I like that when you hit his eye, he like bleeds a little bit. That's what that little red stuff is. That's how I imagine the little red stuff is, at least. It's just like bleeding a little bit. His eye is all red anyway, so like you're shooting him dead in the eye. Fucking, like crystals too. I feel like that would hurt. But yeah. And Zero is finally down for the count once we hit his bandage enough, and we only have to hit him like 3 or 4 times. It's a close match, I won't lie to you. I feel like I could do this without getting hit if I was paying closer attention to the patterns. But I could have definitely beat him right there. But yeah, he got me right there with that eye beam. I was not ready for it. And eventually you'll be able to defeat Zero super easily. I did it in 4 rounds. I'm sure you can do it in 3. I'm actually positive you can probably do it in 2 rounds. If you get all the hits in, but you should be fine. And with that, we defeated Zero. I almost died right there, but we beat Zero, and that does it for Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. And now, Dark Matter is defeated. Or rather, Zero is defeated. And the heroes all escape this exploding supernova, probably, I don't know, it's a massive cosmic explosion. It's not that scientific, guys, okay? It's not gonna blow up. But we saved Triple Star. We apparently didn't kill the princess like I had originally thought. I didn't mention that, but she looked like she was dead. She had like the cross eyes. But yeah, Kirby gets a little kiss from the Ribbon Fairy, and he gets drunkenly falling off the stairs, and I love I love that freeze frame. And DDD's face. It's so great. Alright guys, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. When I was younger, I thought maybe this would be my favorite Kirby game just because of the mechanics, but after playing it, I still think Superstar Ultra is probably my favorite one for the DS. Granted, I haven't played that game in years either, so I haven't necessarily I don't remember how that one played. But yeah, this game was definitely a lot harder than I thought. At least harder for a Kirby game. You know, when I think Kirby, I don't necessarily think, oh, challenge. You know, like sometimes I'm just like, I'm in the mood for like a really easy game. I'm like, oh, I'll throw on like a Kirby game or whatever. Play through like Kirby's Adventure or Dreamland or whatever. You know, and like have fun. But yeah, this game was really hard. Well, not really hard. Like I wouldn't say it's like fucking, I don't know, Dark Souls or Bloodborne or whatever. But like it's challenging for a Kirby game. But I would actually recommend anyone to play this game. It's really fun. And there's still 2 videos left. I have a bonus video where I show off some of the minigames, some of the enemy info cards that I picked up. And the other part is going to be a boss rush. So I will see you guys for those videos. And until then, peace. And thank you all for watching.